Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Goodgis devlog stream. Guys, how's everyone doing today? This is the first stream that we're doing in a while that's actually earlier. For some people, maybe later for you guys, but I wanted to do a little bit earlier live stream. Normally I stream at 5 o'clock Eastern, but today I'm streaming at 11 a.m. Eastern. So hopefully more people or different people can join us today. And as you notice, no camera. I'm still having camera issues. If you guys have any good webcam recommendations, please let me know in the comments down below after the stream or in the chat. But how is everyone doing? Let me know. Right, you're saying about maybe slow mode. I will if it gets too bad. Orb Mage, how's it going, man? Goodgis, long time no see. It has been a long time. Good to see you, though. The Duke, you're doing good. That's awesome. Rip camera, yeah. I know, right? Perfect stream to listen while working. Hey, super glad to hear that. The Dev too. That's what I like to do. Whether you guys are working on homework or school, I guess some of you guys are probably in class. Or if you're just working on your own game, that's how I like to work. Have stuff in the background. I don't have a face. Can't make your recommendations, sorry. International Ticket says, good morning, Mr. Gis. Thank you so much. Good morning to you as well. And almost as always, in studio with me today, I have the lovely Kiwi, who's my lovely wife. Last time we had Crepe, so make sure you're on your best behavior. Or she's got that band hammer. Exactly. I love all the egg puns. Valentine, hey Goodgis, I'm so good. Hey, super happy to hear that. Also, real quick shout out to Buddy Games for that Goodgis super chat. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it. I really need to do another Discord chat day so I can talk with you guys. Always love talking with you guys. Which do you prefer most, 2D or 3D? 2D is faster in some ways. 3D is still great. I like them both. The next game after Dewdrop will probably be a 3D game. How's your day? Good? Yes, it's been good so far. Had a lovely breakfast, and normally I work on Fridays, but I took the day off, so I took the day off to hang out with you guys. So, all right. So what we're gonna be doing on this stream today is I'm going to be working on Dewdrop Dynasty. So last time we left off, I blocked out this area, and this is for the aquatic area. It's called Sleepy Deepies. And we're going to be working on a little bit of that today. And then we're going to be also working on some tile sets as well, either for this location or for another location in the game called the Giant's Grotto. So if you guys have been noticing, there's a lot of Dewdrop updates. Actually, this Wednesday, we have a new Dewdrop devlog coming out. It's just taken some time. I know the channel has slowed down a little bit, but I'm just really focused on finishing this game because before I wasn't. Before I was just kind of distracted. And the game is really cool. We've made a lot of progress. There's a lot to show. But today, if you have ideas for these locations, let me know. And also, just feel free to ask questions. If you have any questions at all, put them in the chat. That's kind of how these streams go if you're new here. We just kind of hang out and talk about whatever. I've even given dating advice, so. Okay, is it me or is your chat? Oh, man. There's some good questions. Let me go back real quick. Have I played Deltarune Chapter 2 yet? I have not, but it looks pretty sweet. I almost played the first one. Or like I almost played through all of the first one is what I'm saying. I almost played the first one. It sounds like I was going to and I stopped. Stop egging them on. What is my age? I'm 25. I'm a 25-year-old boy. Oh, look at that. Look at those beautiful tiles right there. What's your favorite game? One of my favorite games is Paper Mario. It's such a charming game, and you'll notice that Dewdrop takes a lot of inspiration from it. Anyone know anything about Game Maker Studio 2 versus 3.5 arguments? I don't. Oh, 2 version 3.5. I used to use Game Maker a lot, and now I haven't used it in a while, so I'm a little rusty on everything when it comes to Game Maker. So yo, what happened to Twitch chat makes games? We are still working on that. That's just kind of on hold a little bit. That's kind of like whenever I get the time, I do those streams, but they're very, how should I put it? They're very taxing and time consuming. And right now I'm really trying to just wrap up Dewdrop. So like I said, I'm very focused on working on it right now. Look at all that seaweed, delicious. Let's see. Hello, Goodgis. Finbob eats eggs. How is it going, my dude? Good to see you. All right, so Alessio, is that how you say your name? I'm probably slaughtering that. So I recently played Metroidvania, Super Metroid, and I will say I like Metroids more than I thought I did. I just hadn't really played a whole lot of them. You know, I had played a little bit of Hollow Knight, which Hollow Knight's great. It's just frustratingly difficult. And so I just didn't have a whole lot of opinions on games. And I played Cave Story, which I love. But yeah, I recently played in one day, like through almost all of Super Metroid, and it's fantastic. Like, I see why people like Metroidvanias, and it actually gave me a lot of inspiration with Dewdrop and what to do. And I think what was hard for me is I was trying to make a Metroidvania based off of like games that were inspired by Metroidvanias. So I wasn't even inspired by the original source. I was inspired by like games that were inspired by it, which is a little confusing. Hi, do you know how to make a ROM hack? A long time ago I made one. It was called like Toad's Terrible Day or something. Toad's Day Off or something. It was really weird. It was a Mario 64 ROM hack. Okay. How do you escape from the trap of wanting attention so much you make fun of yourself or for others for it? It's hard. I was actually just talking about this with some friends the other day. Like, so as humans, we're very social creatures, and we want affirmation. We want people to like us. We want people to enjoy hanging out with us. And so because of that, we'll do things that we kind of regret. And I think the main thing is just being genuine to who you are. People don't want a fake version of you. Like, you know, I could be on YouTube here. I could have a persona and be someone totally different. But that's not who I am, and it's not authentic. And people feel that. And it may be scary to be yourself because, like I said, you're afraid people make fun of you. But it's better that, I always say it's better to have friends that actually care about you for who you are than to have to pretend to be someone else. And if you're beating yourself up all the time and making fun of yourself to make people like you, like, just realize that it's okay. Like, sometimes, like, I'll say something stupid or embarrassing. Like, last stream, guys, I said Africa was my favorite country. But instead of like beating yourself up, you gotta move on. Everyone makes mistakes, and if your friends only like you because you beat yourself up or like make fun of yourself, then they're kind of terrible friends. At least that's what I think. So, but hopefully that helps. My only suggestion is a snail enemy. Just put the snail in the game. I love snails. Oh man, or mage, that could be sweet for Giant's Grotto is snails. I think I might actually work on some pixel art here in a second. It's a little bit easier for me to work on that while chatting. I can read a little more. I don't have to look at the thing, but and we'll make a snail. I like that idea a lot. Super Metroid 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's great. It's really good. Will Dewdrop cost money when it comes out? It will. Right now, I'll price it out about $8, but it'll probably be on sale. Like, I haven't decided whether or not I want to put on sale when it first comes out, but yes, I want to not only finish the game, but also have the satisfaction of making money from a game that I've worked on. Not that all game devs about making money, but it does certainly help. So what I'm doing right now is, and you'll see this in the new video, I'm roughly blocking out these areas. So will these final areas look like this? Probably not. Maybe they will to some extent, but maybe not to this level. And by blocking it out, it's always easier to work with a full canvas. You know, like, I'm sorry. It's always easy to work with something on your canvas. Like if you just have a blank canvas, it's very intimidating. Goodgis, have you played Celeste? Oh gosh, I'm way behind. Hold on. Are you gonna make a crab boss? Maybe. I think it'd be cool because I don't know. It'd kind of be like paying homage to Peaches. Someone asked, let's see. What do you call a mischievous egg? A practical yoker? Oh my gosh, these egg puns. Nah, it was good. I loved it. Baby Yoda, you were not late. Welcome. Have I played Dark Souls? I have not. It's a little too dark for my soul. For my young soul. I'm not really... I mentioned this last stream, but I'm really not into like darker games. Like I hate horror games. If you like them, that's fine. I'm not picking on anyone. But I just don't think those things... I think those games increase anxiety, and I don't play games like that. But Dark Souls looks interesting. You could definitely tell that Dark Souls... who is it? Bonzo and I were talking about this the other day, and that Dark Souls is literally just Super Metroid. Like they took clear inspiration from it, which there's nothing wrong with. Like, really, Metroid is just a Zelda game if you think about it. Or no, I'm sorry. They didn't take inspiration from Metroid. They took inspiration from Zelda. That's what it was. That's what it was. Okay, I'm literally just going to start blocking out little quadrants, little rooms. Okay, I'm going to read some more questions. Have you played Symphony of the Night? Same thing. It looks like a cool game. A little spooky for my taste. I saw one of the bosses and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? But it seems cool. I also realized that I've been saying Metroidvania is wrong. Like technically, Metroidvania is just a Castlevania game that's like Metroid, and so a lot of Metroidvanias really are just like action adventure games. But that's confusing. No one says that. Let's see. Will Dewdrop cost money? Yes. What are the bosses like? So, the boss fights are going to be more like Mega Man bosses because I love boss fights. I think their boss fights allow for a lot of opportunity for fun, for some creative ideas. So, look forward to that. I already have... I'm basically going to do like 1 week where I only make the bosses. And I want there to be enough boss fights where... Like, in Super Metroid, the boss fights are actually really easy. Like, I shouldn't say they're easy, but they're very, like, basic. I thought, like, it was going to have more complicated boss fights or, like, more complicated mechanics to it or something. And they really don't. So I'm curious to see how, what I'll come up with, but I'm really looking forward to it. Does Godot have a random tile feature? Not yet, but in the new update it will. Okay, so that's another thing is people hate on the tile map, and the tile map's actually great. Like there's a bucket tool that I can fill stuff in. Can't really see that. I can fill stuff in. I can click and drag, line drag. And I can even hit control to copy. If I control click something, I can select that tile. So that's what it's at right now, but it's actually going to get way better because in the Godot 4 update, it's so much better. It might be one of the best tiling systems after that. They literally just hired a single guy just to work on it, so it should be good. I'm gonna do this. Let's try that. It always takes me a little bit, like when I'm working on an area, I have to like go back and rework some stuff. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this place evolves. Like the pits, I just totally redid yesterday, and they look great now. But it's one of those things that you just have to play around and get a feel for like what you want the room to look like and play like, and also you have to think about abilities and stuff. But okay, I'm about to move over to pixel art though. That way I can read your guys' questions. Any tips for making pixel art? Making a pixel art game? Yeah, just start with like small art at first. That's why with Dewdrop, I intentionally made it relatively easy art style. Just because I didn't want to, it can just like, it's a lot of work. Making artwork for your game it takes a lot of time. And I didn't want to make a game that, it has like some amazing looking art style, which is awesome. But then it takes me 100 years to make a new tile set. Like, so it's great because when I want to make a new tile set, it's literally just like 8x8 sprites, so it's a lot easier. Let's do this. Let's make this annoying. This jump where you have to fall all the way down into spikes or something. In the water, you actually jump higher, so I'm gonna have to like, I don't know how high the jumps are. Normally Poe jumps about 3 high without his gun, and he jumps about 4 to 5. He can jump about here if you're really good with his gun. So I'm curious with the water, he could probably make it up to here with his gun and everything. And then there's also new abilities. That's another thing I didn't realize, guys. I'm such a noob when it comes to Metroidvania. Is like, I didn't realize how many abilities you get. Like, I'm shocked by it. Like in Hollow Knight, I realized you got a lot of abilities, but I didn't know like that's the standard. Like in Metroid, it's like 16 abilities, and I'm like, dang. So I'm definitely gonna add a few more abilities to the game. I already added a new one where Poe crawls, which is funny. Okay, that's not gonna work because people, if they can jump up here, they'll be able to jump up here. And my goal is that they can't jump up here. Maybe that. Okay, I'm gonna answer some questions, and then we're gonna make some pixel art. Okay. Goodgis, would you choose PC over laptop? Every day. Every day. I love my desktop, and honestly, I have laptops. I have a MacBook Pro, and I also have a ThinkPad with Linux on it. But I'd highly recommend getting a laptop, or I'm sorry, a desktop. It's great. Performance is better too. What are the bosses like? I already said that. Do you remember Super Mario 3D Land, not 3D World? Are you talking about the 3DS one? Because I actually beat that one. I got it the day it came out. Will be any monkey enemy in game? Probably not. Maybe. A lot of people have pointed out, like, I guess not a lot have, but people have mentioned, like, wow, the Rotos, which are the rat guys in the pits, like, if there's a rat the size of a bee, that's a really small rat. And I like that. There's so many people on my Dewdrop videos that, like, they're like, oh, this game isn't realistic. A bee can't be underwater. Like, and then there's a lot of people that were frustrated by some of the science behind the game. And in order to make those people a little bit more grouchy, nothing's really gonna make sense. Like, so if I want to make a monkey the size of a bee, I guess that's what I'm saying, I probably will. Honestly, I'd rather create a game that's, instead of just making it bug themed like that, you know, that's already been done. I want to make a game that feels unique. I just really want a bee character because it's cool. You know what? Let's do this. Okay, that was one question. Goodgis, have you added different skins to this game? I made it. I had a new game plus where you could be like a blue version of Poe. I don't know if that's gonna be in the final version of the game or not. I don't know exactly how that will look in the end. But I did do that, and then I have some other ideas for just optional. I'd like secret unlockable things, so maybe there might be something you can unlock or you can find along the way. I don't know, so we will see. How long will the game take to beat? I have no idea either. That's another great question. My goal is to get it over 2 hours, because that way people can't just like refund the game on Steam and just like steal the game basically from me, because that's no fun and it hurts game devs. But if the game is less than that, I don't know how much I'll actually do to, like, you know, stat pad or whatever, like, because I don't want to make the game worse just to get that 2 hour mark, you know. But I think we're on course, and I think with cutscenes and stuff, and the game has replayability, because it definitely, this will be a game you want to speedrun for sure. So I think people will want to play it for more than, it'll be a game that you play through it once and you're like, all right, let's go round 2, here we go, let's see if I can do it faster. So it's got a lot of, I'm hoping it's got a lot of replayability to it. So, but ultimately you guys will be the judge of that. So I'm liking how these pillars are kind of like fallen. I need to make some like rubble. Mast2 says, hello, I'm back, Goodgis. So I have a question. Is Dewdrop Dynasty a Metroidvania or normal platformer? It is a Metroidvania. It is indeed. You know, I kind of like the idea of like you having to climb up these pedestals, kind of like that. It's kind of a cool idea with the lore of the area, which I'm not going to spoil. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to say your guys' names. If I slaughter your name, please forgive me. But Avanash says, who's your favorite YouTuber? Oh, this is hard. Probably Chugga Conroy. He's an old Let's Player. He's not that old, but he's a Let's Player that I watched when I was a kid. And he was a huge inspiration with YouTube, and so I would say he's the OG for me. Let's put some seaweed in here. I think I want to actually animate the seaweed, but I have to change out the tile if I'm going to do that. Godot has his own thing for when it comes to changing out stuff or animating tiles. You have to make it a resource for that before that. Okay, all right, we're gonna switch over now to pixel edit so I can work in some pixel art. But the first thing I want to do is I want to answer some of your questions because I'm getting behind and you guys are asking a lot of questions. So okay, for me it says the stream started less than a minute ago. You may have to refresh. Switch port. So if we sell enough copies, and that's not just like, it's not like a threat or something like, oh, we better sell enough copies. If we don't, but if the game does well enough, I would love to. That's my dream. But if we only if the game only makes like a grand, I know that seems like a lot of money, but it really isn't to do a port. So we at least need to make like 10 grand for it to be on a port. What platforms will it be released on? Windows, Mac, and Linux. At least for now. And if it does well, we can just keep porting it to other things. Like, I'd be cool with that. Let's port it on the PS4 and Xbox, and like the more systems we can put it on, the better. Like mobile, I don't know if we will do that. It's a lot of work. But if the game does really well, then I want it to be as easy as possible for people to play and enjoy. I'm trying to make these bigger columns here. You should make a wolf boss that has a sword in its mouth. Sounds insane. Sounds crazy. You beat the first Metroid on your third try, or the first Metroid boss on your third try. That's awesome. Yeah, those older Metroid games are tough. Super Metroid bosses are pretty easy. Like the one Spore guy, you can literally just hide in the corner. Do you like the show Stranger Things? I've actually never seen it. Again, I know it's like the spooky stuff. I'm not a spooky boy. Don't like those spooky stuffs. Okay, I need to make this more blue. We're gonna make a statue. This is like feeling like vaporwave. And then we gotta make a snail here in a second. Who was that said the snail idea? That was Orb Mage. We gotta make the snail. But first we gotta make a fish guy here. A fish statue. Why? Because statues are amazing. You should make a boss rush mode to pad out the game to 2 hours. Yeah, like there's Mrs. did a video on it. He basically was saying like you should just put a timer where if you wait 2 hours you get like a bonus thing, because it's really unfair to game devs indie devs that spend hours and hours making a game that's only, or like Dewdrop, I've already spent hundreds of hours working on, and it's a shame that like people can just, and I get it, like the refund policy is nice for people that need it and don't want to try a game. I've used it one time before, because the game I got, it just wasn't for me. But I think it's harmful to indie devs because they spend all this time working on something, and you can just like refund it at any moment. And I don't know. Should we make this guy like a narwhal? There we go. What a beautiful statue. So much hidden lore. I want to make a video about certain things I noticed about art and games that a lot of people miss. You should. If you have a good idea and you don't really see anyone else doing it, or even if you do see other people doing it, like go for it. That's like the best part about YouTube, is kind of making the content you want to see, and that you'd want to watch. So. How do you get the idea for the game? How did you get the idea for the game? It all started with a name. Oh, we were playing this game by Sock Pop called Bobo Robot, it's kind of a Metroidvania. And I love the idea of just like a really simple, short game. And we were on the Fear team, and I were talking about like we need a commercial game, like our first proper commercial game. Like I've made a lot of games, I've made like MMOs that I've worked on. I've worked on like a lot of unique projects, but I still haven't. This sounds weird, but I still don't fully consider myself a game dev because I haven't had like a successful release of an indie game other than the Keep. So this is kind of like proof to myself that like, hey, I'm a real game dev. Let's make some money. It's credibility, and also. I didn't start YouTube in order to just be a YouTuber. The reason that I did YouTube is so I could just keep growing, learn, and keep developing games and selling games. So I'm trying to get back to that a little bit more, and not get caught up in all the I don't want to say the drama, but like all the stress of also trying to do YouTube stuff all the time as well. So I will say it's really tricky. Because every day I work on Dewdrop, I'm like, oh man, a new video is not getting out. And it's stressful, man. It's stressful to think like you're kind of hurting yourself. And I know if you don't post like every week on YouTube and stuff like that, just performance just goes down and everything slows down and YouTube doesn't like you. And then it's tough. So, but ultimately, do I want to be a YouTuber or do I want to be a game dev? And I wouldn't mind being both, you know, but it's hard for me to preach about game dev unless I make games myself. So that's what I'm focusing on. That was a little bit of a tangent and didn't really answer your question, but there you go. Don't you have a thing where you can give a tile a chance to appear? Maybe? Okay. Moving to Australia gives me some ups and downs. One of those downs are not being able to see your stream at a reasonable time. Hey, no worries. I seriously, I don't normally stream at this time. So if you like the stream and you want to see more streams like this, just know that there will be more. And normally I stream at 5 o'clock, so I don't stream at this time. But okay, any ideas for underwater tiles? Any ideas at all? I'm playing around. So it's a sunken city, like a castle-y city. And I'm just trying to think of things that would be in a city. You'd have columns, you'd have statues, you'd have a fountain. Is that stupid? A fountain for fish? The game is great, but I think it needs more NPCs. I might be totally wrong, and there might be a lot of them already. Or mage, there actually are a decent amount. They're just not in this part right now. But I can actually work in some more today. Last stream we made a bunch of characters, which was awesome. I think the pits area and this area are in a good place. What I really need to focus on is the Giant's Grotto location and 2 other locations that I won't mention. Do you know why YouTube doesn't allow to donate? I don't. You might have to refresh, or you might have to do it on the mobile app. Sometimes it's weird. Okay, so we got some more tiles here. If you have any ideas for tiles, that's perfect. But we're gonna switch over to the Giant's Grotto. Now, this location in the game is, think of it like as kind of tropical. All right, imagine like Jurassic Park underground. All right, and there's dinosaurs, but instead of them being dinosaurs, they're like plant things, plant dinosaurs. This is gonna replace one of the locations you guys have already seen footage of. So I gotta play around with tiles, but also NPCs. I think a snail would be perfect for this location. So I'm gonna start out with work on a snail. But if you guys have any ideas, feel free to let me know in the chat down below, or if you have questions. Have you seen? Oh gosh, no, I have not seen Squid Game, and I don't think I ever will. It looks very disturbing for my taste. Like, not okay. If people like that sort of stuff, like that's your own personal preference. But like I mentioned earlier, like I think that stuff just promotes anxiety. It's just, I don't think that like watching disturbing stuff is good for your mental health. So I don't. Simple as that. Okay. You should make a boss, but it's a rectangle. I mean, it kind of already is, isn't it? Oh, this would be, well, that kind of makes sense. I was going to say, like, what if it's, they're dinosaurs, but like a snail dinosaur, long neck dinosaur. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go to the latest comments. If I missed your comment, any of your questions, if I missed it, yeah, I seriously missed over so many questions. Please ask them again. YouTube, when it comes to chats, it will just update and scroll me down. So I'm losing track of what I saw and what I didn't see. So if yeah, so if I missed your question, please just ask it again. I would greatly appreciate that. He's looking, what am I doing? He's looking more like a turtle and less like a snail. Goodgis, what about rocks? Oh, rocks are a great idea. Why did I think about that? Andrew, thank you. We'll make some rocks here. Egg snail. What if you put a tree boss in Goodgis? Considering that one of the final areas is a tree, that would be interesting. Long neck snail, Tyrannosaurus snail. Well, snails are like. Should I give him like a long nose? Hero animated Goodgis. I'm gonna be a graphic design major. Do you have any tips? Hey, dude, that's awesome. I think that's honestly a fantastic choice. Sorry, I'm looking up references how to make a snail. Honestly, the best thing you can do to get started is to like start designing now. I highly recommend that you start playing around with designing and just getting comfortable with the software. You're most likely going to be using things you'll be using are Illustrator. You'll be using that a lot, and InDesign. And if you've never heard of InDesign, Adobe InDesign, you should get used to it because you'll be doing typesetting and stuff. So the more you can do now, the better off you'll be. And that's what I did in school. Like I basically, if I knew I had an animation class the next semester, I would just learn animation before. So when that semester came along, I just kicked butt, and I didn't have to stress about like having to learn all this stuff. And I was able to help my classmates. But then you'll get better because even if you learn stuff on your own and you're being taught it again in college or in school or whatever, you'll just be really good at it. You'll have a lot of knowledge. So you'll have much knowledge. What do you use to make music for your games? I use GarageBand. Actually, that's the next Dewdrop devlog after the one that's about to come out. The next one, the new devlog's about world building, and then the one after that is gonna be about behind the scenes of the music. I've made some pretty cool tracks, I have to say. Not to toot my own horn. Okay. I was wondering if you knew any tips for art specific to games that most people don't know. Sorry. Lonely Float. I can't think of anything off the top of my mind. You might have to do some research. Let's make him kind of geometric. It's gotta move that over. Okay, do that. Here we go. It's a little too geometric. All right. Need to turn that off there. Yeah, I honestly think I don't think college is for everyone, or university, or whatever it's called, whatever country you're in. Especially in the US, if you're paying for it, definitely don't do it if you're uncertain. That's what I always say. There's some people that are anti-college. I'm not anti-college, but I do think if you don't know what you want to do, don't go for it. But graphic design, that's my full-time job right now, and I love it. It's fantastic. It's just as much fun as game dev. Would I like to do game dev and graphic design? Yeah, eventually that's what I want to do, is have my studio and kind of apply both of them. Do they have the little tails in the back? Yeah, they do. This guy's gonna be huge. Okay, Goodgis, I just stopped using Scratch and started using JavaScript. Any tips for starting using a new game dev software? just watch videos on it. Get really comfortable with it. The more you watch videos on the engine, the more you play around with it, the more comfortable you'll get. And highly recommend it. JavaScript is a pretty, like, the nice thing about that is you could get a job with it. Personally, not the biggest fan of JavaScript, but I don't think it's bad. I just think, like, not a big fan of Electron-based stuff because it's just so bloated. But I think it's a great language to start learning. And yeah, just learn, set time aside to just learn the JavaScript part, and set time aside just to learn the game engine, and just watch videos. Crab Boss, I love crabs as NPCs. Okay. Okay, whoa, guys, you guys are crazy. So many comments, I love it. Egglet says, at Kiwi. Did you reply to that, Kiwi? What job is more profitable and enjoyable? Designer, software engineer, or computer engineer? I mean, it all depends on what you like more. If you like art, designer is like easy peasy, man. Just make icons and you're good. Oh, wait. I missed the super chat. I noticed that I was looking back up to see if there was one. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I missed someone's super chat, and it's not showing up for some reason. Oh, it's from Badgis. Badgis, thank you so much. I can't read the message. What the heck? Let's see if I can. Oh, he says, "Hello, Goodgis. It's me, your other side." Badgis, thank you so much for the super chat. I have no idea why it didn't show up, and I apologize. But thank you so much. Okay, so we need some ideas of how to we need some ideas for NPCs in Giant's Grotto. So think jungle, think of Jurassic Park, all right? But underground. Goodgis, do normal devlogs. I actually am doing. We have another Dewdrop devlog coming out this Wednesday. These live streams are kind of like bonus ones. Like if you want to see me do some pixel art, hang out, answer questions, that's what these are more so for. But if you don't have the time, yeah, don't worry about it, you know. So I was thinking one idea was like a mushroom raptor. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I love dinosaurs. I think dinosaurs are awesome. If I can make a small well, you know what? I should make them smaller. I should make them like little raptors with mushroom caps. Cause it's basically like fungus, prehistoric mushroom dinos. Let's turn that contiguous off, whatever. Contiguous. I can't even say it. Okay, I'm trying to learn animation, but my drawing tablet dislikes working correctly, so it's really hard to practice. Yeah, a lot of animation I did was with a mouse. And honestly, that's a good way to just learn some basic keyframing and stuff, is just using a mouse. But that's really annoying. Do you have like a Wacom or Wacom or whatever? It's like whenever someone has a tablet, I always think it's a Wacom. At least that's what I have. Hold on, okay. I think what we need to do is I need to simplify his body here. I need to get the raptor head. Like that, all right? He's got to be leaning forward. Guys, this is totally like, I'm not looking at reference, so. It kind of is cool not looking at reference because it gives you, it makes your characters a little bit more unique instead of them just being like a photorealistic version of the reference. It's not too bad. Though, I always make all my enemies have white eyes, so it's pretty clear that they're an enemy. I can't remember how I did it. Is it like that? Oh gosh. Spooky boy. Okay. Needs to be like that. Okay. Spooky raptor boy. Love the snail. Bro, Super Metroid is insane. When was that game made? I just started playing it on this stream, and the art style and gameplay is already so good. I think it came out like a couple years before I was born. It's like 95 or 93. I don't know. How'd you learn to code? Just practice. I just looked up stuff, and I just kept making games. Like, the more games you make, the better. Why don't you make a buff calamari or snail? Well, I made a snail. Hey, if you want an idea for a sprite thingy, I think it'd be a cool idea to make a big statue in the middle of the area. Maybe a foreshadow to the big boss of the area, or maybe a lore thing. That'd be awesome. I haven't really thought about like big set pieces, and I think that's a great idea. We'll have to mess around with that in a little bit. I really don't like how this eye is looking. Wait, okay, I'm breaking my style here. Okay. Henry D Animation says, "Hi Goodgis, I'm a big fan. Also, I'm a game dev too. You inspired me to be a game dev." That's awesome. That's always very. It's an honor every time people say that. And I wish you the best of luck, and I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. Like, there's so many talented people here in the chat. Makes me happy. I don't know if I should make his legs a little bit bigger. I think I also need to make him like green or something. Make the mushroom different. Give him some look at that. Look at that tooth. Oh yeah. Spooky boy. That foot doesn't really make sense there. We're getting there. Remember, everything is a process. It just takes some time. That just looks like a mushroom on a guy's head. Do you know Python? I do. Love your videos and the way you talk. It feels like you're a close friend. You're amazing. Hey, thanks so much, dude. That's how I try to keep it. Try to keep it real. And you guys are my friends in a virtual way. I know we live in a weird time when, like, I don't know. We live in a weird time where, like, most of my friends I haven't seen in a long time in person. And so I've actually made a lot of friendships through doing this, and it's always exciting to meet new people, and I'm always so grateful for the people I meet and chat with, and so thanks for being here. Look at that. Oh, look at that hand. Oh, that guy. He's up to no good. It's like Ducky from The Land Before Time. It's Ducky. Yep. Okay, let's answer some more questions. Was a sad moment in Crepe's life? Whoa, what was a sad moment? Okay. Hi, Goodgis. Where do you live? Because it's always too late in India and always asleep when you stream. I live in Ohio, in the US of A. The USA. And that's probably why. But I'm sorry, but I'm glad that you stopped by at least to say hi. I feel like I would have to stream in the middle of the night for you guys to be awake. But maybe I will. Maybe sometime I'll stream late. Ooh, I kind of like the idea of like a purple mushroom. Add a beetle enemy with a skull shell. That's kind of interesting. Under the type of underground lizard. I kind of like the lizard idea, like the reptilians. Oh gosh, why do I bring those up? Hey, this will be another one. I just like the idea of having like an area that just, like, you know, snakes and stuff live underground. So it makes sense that you have these like hidden reptiles. I don't think reptiles eat bugs. Well, actually, I think they do. This one's gonna be an insurance mascot. I'm just kidding. You know what? This guy looks like an NPC. And I'm not opposed to that. Give him a belly. Okay. Only true Goodgis members remember the disappointment of your brother when he made incredible raptor AI for Stone and Bone and you didn't use it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Stone and Bone. I've been thinking long and hard about like what my next project will be, and I think a lot about Stone and Bone. You guys don't know, or maybe I mentioned it in one stream, but I actually made a 3D version of Stone and Bone, and it was great. It's called Survival Boys, and I may continue that after I finish Dewdrop. I may jump into that project and try to work on it. I want to actually make an online game that gets released. Okay, no, we're gonna make this guy an NPC. Bowless, I think is the name. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hi Goodgis, can I still buy the keep somewhere? Okay, so if you'd like to buy the keep, first off, thank you so much for your super chat. I greatly appreciate the support. It really means so much, and it makes streams like this possible. So thank you so much. And secondly, if you want to buy the keep, the print and play version is done. You currently can't buy a physical copy. It's taken us like almost 5 months to get physical copies. Like if you guys saw the Kickstarter, the video I did a long time ago, Kickstarter, like those copies haven't come in yet. They're coming in soon, but they haven't come in yet. So if you would like to buy a copy, you can buy a print and play version. And currently, the print and play version isn't out because we're just waiting from itch.io. We have to get approval. So anyone who backed the Kickstarter will be getting print and play copies. And I just don't want to release the print and play version until those people have gotten their copies. I think that's kind of rude to like let other people buy the game before others, like people that bought it first and don't even have it. So so next week, I promise you, it might even be Monday, print and play version will be available and you guys can buy it. And if you are a member on Patreon, you'll get a free copy of the print and play version. So that's the only way to get the game right now. And we'll have to figure out, we're working with ways of selling it. It's just expensive, and like VAT, you have like importing taxes and stuff like that. So there's a lot to, it's like Barney the Dinosaur here. There's a lot we have to figure out, but that's the best way. And then we are trying to develop a digital version, and I have really exciting news with that, but I can't say anything until it's confirmed. So just know that there are options available, and if you do want to play it, highly recommend the digital version, or the print and play version, because it's literally the same exact game. You just have to print it out. Did I just make an axolotl? Is this an axolotl? You tell me. Okay. How are you going to animate this snail? I don't know. That's a great question. I've already made a crab, but thank you for the crab idea. Kai, what do you mean by an R level? What's an R level? really disturbing. How do you make the dust explosion particles for defeating an enemy? It's just a particle effect and with an animation to it. It's really basic. I'll do a tutorial sometime. Hi Goodgis. Okay, gosh, I'm really behind. Make a worm NPC, please. I think I already have one made, but we'll play around with it. Goodgis, when did you become a gnome, and how did you manage to hold the pose? Hold delving? Deving? I became a gnome. It was the year of 06. No, I just I'm really good at being very static. See how my hand is perfectly holding Poe? It's beautiful. Okay, can you please add a flower enemy to your game? I can't because maybe flowers aren't bad. Okay, I gotta keep making more reptiles. This guy's definitely like an enemy. You can tell this guy's upset. Only one of the bosses should be a hornet. No, it's gonna be much worse than a hornet. Trust me. Your game is missing something. A dino chicken nugget. Dude, a chicken nugget would just look like... Here's a dino chicken nugget. When you get him in the... So this is what it looks like. Like, seriously, you get your chicken nugget. It's like, oh, that's a T-Rex. And here's a Bronchiosaurus. Dino chicken nuggets. Like, they never look anything like the dinosaurs. Did you guys ever have dinosaur oatmeal where they have like the little sugary eggs, and when you put them in the hot water they hatch? I love this. You need NPCs for Giant's Grotto, right? Not enemies. Do you have mushroom people already? So Giant's Grotto, it used to be a mushroom area, only mushroom area, but it needs some more spice, you know? So enemies, I need enemies and NPCs for this location. I really haven't thought it through a whole lot. So really, any ideas? Any reptile, fungal reptile? It doesn't have to be fungus. It may even change slightly. Like Giant's Grotto, like I said, is the one location that I feel like is just lacking in. It's lacking definition of, and I talk about this in my world building latest video, but like you want to create an area that people are going to remember, and if you just make a mushroom cave, like what separates your mushroom cave from any other game with a mushroom cave, you know? And I'm really trying to avoid Hollow Knight because people keep making the comparison, and this game is nothing like Hollow Knight, like literally nothing like Hollow Knight. It's not even dark or edgy. It's just like, it's just chill. So anything to kind of make it feel separate. What about this dinosaur guy? I like this. I like the weird dinosaur feet I'm doing. Okay. I'm so behind. Oh my goodness, all these questions. It's an axolotl. I'm gonna take the nugget thing out of context. Please don't. Or maybe you should. Look at that. Oh, how does this guy stand? He has to have, all dinosaurs have to have belly buttons, right? That's kind of like the rule, right? I mean, am I right or am I right? This guy's terrifying. I don't like his, I'm not loving his head shape here. Or, his body feels a little weird. Why am I just making Barney? I'm like pink and pink and green. I love you. Goodgis, I live in a different part of the world and I didn't experience dino nuggets. Oh, well. You haven't missed a whole lot. I mean, chicken nuggets are good. All right, chicken nuggets are good. But if you think about what they actually are and how it's just like ground up chicken, like it's not just chicken meat, it's like cartilage and it's like the bad part of the meat, you know? It kind of makes you not want chicken nuggets. Make a centipede? It's an interesting idea. I sound like an NPC there. Yeah, so Dewdrop originally was actually going to have voice acting to it. But that's not going to happen, at least in this version. Maybe eventually if I do a sequel, there'll be voice acting, but I still like the idea of having like some crazy voice acting. Okay, so his balance just feels a little weird. And I think I need to arc his neck a little bit more like that. I got Metroid Dread today, and I'm loving it so far. I won't spoil it. I forgot it came out today. I honestly don't know if I'll play it anytime soon. I bought a Hat in Time, and I haven't played it yet. I just got Professor Layton on the Switch, whatever, Layton Detective, whatever. Because I'm a big puzzle guy. So it might be a little bit before I even play it, but it seems pretty interesting. It's interesting to see what they'll do with the franchise because it's been so long. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should he have a scarf or something? All these NPCs are naked, and it kind of bothers me. Like, should he just be like, you know, it gets cold down below. Does that look like a scarf? I don't know. The tendon is pretty good though. Oh gosh. Barney is actually mainly pink with a green. Yeah, you're right. So it's reversed Barney. Goodgis, I just want to say thank you for making the snail. You really made my day. I'm glad to hear it. Like, should this guy have a fedora? Yeah, like what if this is a business guy, you know? Like, he's had a hard day at work, and you just meet him along the way. Look at that. Yeah. It's the parts we don't normally want formed into paste and cooked, which sounds gross, but honestly, it's a good way to use the bad part of an animal. It's all edible. That is a good point. At least we're not wasting the animal. Though it also makes you wonder, like, should we even be eating that part? Is it healthy to eat that part? You know? Okay, that just makes it... Is it awkward with the belly button? Because it kind of clearly makes him shirtless. But he has the scarf on. You tell me, guys. I don't know. Unless you guys tell me, I think I'm getting rid of the belly button. Goodgis, you're amazing. Why can't I be like you? Hey, man, don't be like me. Be yourself. Be unique. Be beautiful. Okay, that's a little cringe. I really appreciate it, though. You guys are so kind, and I always appreciate the love. That makes me want to sing Lion King. Okay. We're getting some cool NPCs here. This guy's, I want to keep him separate. All right. Have you used Unity? Yes. If you actually want to see me making a game with Unity, my second to last video is actually about that. Not the biggest fan. I love Unity's new GameCube logo, though. It's some nice branding. I think Unity's a great engine. I just don't like it. People think I hate on Unity. Actually, I had a bunch of, like, I'm pretty sure it was paid. Because one day I just had, like, a ton of people, just out of the blue, like, a ton of people write nasty comments on all my videos saying about Unity. So it was a targeted attack. means we're winning, friends. We're winning. The Unity community is, they're scared. You're choking him? Nah, he's fine. I'm just keeping him warm. In Japan, we went to a place where you can cook your own meat, and they had some interesting choices on the menu, like cartilage. Ooh, I didn't know you went to Japan, right? That's awesome. I've really wanted to go to Japan, but I also don't like flying. I've only flown to like Texas. I've only flown to like a couple states. I guess 2 states, 3 states. I've never been out of the country yet. I was planning on going to good old Canada and meet with your boy Reese, but just haven't been able to because of everything going on. But I'd love to go to Japan. I want to go to Europe, go to the UK, drink some tea. I'm not saying that as a stereotype. Like literally, I just drink tea. And yeah, it'd be cool to travel, see the world. Someone said it should be yellow scarf. What color? If I make it a yellow scarf, what color should I make him? Red? I like how you make 1-bit cute like characters. Thanks, Andrew. Because there's not a lot of detail, I'm trying to like make these characters feel very iconic. Because this game doesn't have a whole lot of there's not a whole lot I can do with them art wise, but all right, let's do this. I have to do outlines. It's part of like the new part of the style, because basically I never want colors to be touching. Like if I have brown, I don't want red to be touching it. I always have to have a color in between. So I've been outlining all my characters. That way if the background elements, they don't overlap. Is it Sergey? Hello, Goodgis. How's it going? Good to see ya. Have you done any side projects? A couple of them. But I tend not to really talk about them because I don't want to distract from the beauty that is Dewdrop. I know people have been asking about Dewdrop for a while, and I've really felt bad about it because I haven't done anything with it in a while. So I'm just trying to be focused. This is the most disciplined I've been in a while, just working on one project. So I think I mentioned this last stream, but in case you missed it, like I got real close to not finishing this game. Like I was very close to just being like, you know what, maybe I'll give up, and I couldn't do it. So I decided to just focus more time on it. So what's the best art technique you've ever learned? Ooh, I think just keeping your style consistent. Like it's really easy to, I don't know. I think it's just really easy to be super inconsistent, and it makes your work look amateur. So if you just make everything feel like I just said, how I have a black line separating each thing, and there's no shading. Like I have a system that I created for my pixel art. It makes all your work look consistent. And even if your pixel art looks bad, if it's consistent, it still looks good. I know that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but tar or sludge pit for the grotto. Ooh, oh, dude, that's a fantastic idea. It could literally be a tar pit. Maybe it's like quicksand or tar pit where you get stuck in it. Oh, dude, who said that? Triorvis. Beautiful idea. What about this guy here? What if he looks like this? The smallest boy. This guy literally is like small body. This is stupid. Have you used was it Krita? I have not. I've heard about it, but I have not used it. I've already said this, but you should make an NPC or enemy that's a vine and it hangs from the ceiling, but when you get close to it, it drops down and actually is a snake with a great big smile. That'd be interesting. It's not a bad idea. I'll have to play around with I guess it would make sense in this location to have a character like that. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's just hilarious when you have like an NPC that's literally like massive head. Oh yeah, look at that guy. He's just gonna be like, oh, I hate it down here. Everyone always picks on me. Maybe I shouldn't give him arms because no one else really has arms. Give him a little tail though. Yeah, there we go. Schmo crocodile. Small boy. I think I'm not gonna give him white because I'm only trying to use white for like enemies to signify. You know, he'll have dirty teeth. He's not the cleanliest crocodile. And then we'll give him, I don't even know what that is. I can't do it there. There we go. There we go. Best character ever. How can this character even stand? Here. Perfect. That's how he stands. He just leans on his teeth. Oh gosh. I'm not doing that. That hurts me more than it hurts you guys. The bee has arms. Yes. The bee has arms, but I think these reptiles won't. Why? Because it's just funny to me. Give him a nice tail. If he has a nice tail, it'll be a nice counterbalance, you know? I'm giving him a little too much detail there. Okay. Flawless. Frydev says, I'm sorry I already asked this, but how do you put the world map together? Do you save each area as a scene and piece them together or teleport between areas? That's a fantastic question. Real quickly, we will swap back over to Godot. And each area of the game is one big layout. And then I have area nodes. So when you walk into over, like in this room, it moves your camera. So I just break it up into big areas for performance reasons. And then when you leave an area, there'll be like teleportation blocks, like triggers that you hit. So it just makes sense to do it that way. And the load time is like insanely fast. But great question. Yeah, guys, if there's any questions I missed, feel free to shoot them my way. I'm sure I missed quite a few questions. So send them me way. Are blue teeth weird? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Wait, okay. I had a terrible idea, guys. What if he's got a cold? This reminds me of everyone's favorite Pokemon, Cubchoo. Have you ever tried GB Studio? I have. I was working on a game with it for a game jam actually one time, and I didn't finish it, which is most unfortunate. But I would love to. I would love to make a game with it and actually play it on a Game Boy. It'd be sweet. Okay, now his nose is just getting a little too ridiculous. It needs to be a little bit higher too. What do you guys think? Nose drip or no nose drip? Nose drip or long teeth? We'll do a poll. This is so important. Which version do you like? Get ready. Spell correctly. Here we go. Hey Goodgis, do you have any high-res or hand-drawn artwork of Poe? I do have some that was done by Bonzo. We're actually working on the cover art for the Steam page and stuff, and I've been working with him, and so we don't have his character quite fleshed out, but there you will see it soon in all his glory. Also, real quick, just a little just my shameless plug for the day. If you like to play Dewdrop when it comes out, or if you just want to like help support the channel, please go over and wishlist Dewdrop on Steam. The link's in the description. It really helps me out. Like, even if you don't end up buying it, or you're not, like, maybe you don't plan on buying it, getting 10,000 wishlists, like, it's the difference between your game selling or not. And we're making good progress towards that. So literally every wishlist counts. And if you do wishlist it, make sure to let me know, either in the chat here or even just ping me on Twitter, and I will I'll be mucho gracias. Oh, this guy's the worst. This guy, like, if you saw this guy, he's the worst. The nose stripping characters always make my eyes water because I desperately want to give them a tissue. It's 50-50. Let's see. It's neck and neck. The nose strip is just so gross that it makes me want to pick it. You know, like, no, not pick it. No, not like that. Like, pick that option. What is your biggest tip to stay motivated when working on a game? I realize that you have to be really careful what you do and what games you play. So when I'm working on Dewdrop, I actually haven't played like very many games recently, and when I do play games, I try to play only Metroidvanias, because you can get inspired by other genres, and you can like you start playing like Sonic Adventures, like, oh, I want to make a chow raising game. So just be very careful about what you're doing, you know, what games you're playing, because you'll be influenced by them. At least I am. Already wishlisted it, and I can't wait for it to come out. Sushi Dev, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you've already wishlisted the game as well, let me know in the chat, and I want to give you guys a shout out, because I really appreciate it, because it's like, it means a lot. I know it may not seem like a big deal, but I really appreciate people taking time out of their day to wishlist it and support the game, and this really is a dream come true. So trying to add foliage. I've already wishlisted Frydeb. Thank you so much. Teeth Gang. Teeth Gang. Trio Orvis. Trio Orvis? Is that? I don't know how to say your name properly, but thank you so much for wishlisting it. Werewolf Plays. You the Wolf. Seriously appreciate that so much. You guys all get magical charms. Boom. Yeah, here's another one. Johnny says, yo, Goodgis, you allow me to copy your game and remake it from scratch only to practice. I honestly don't recommend you copying games, especially before they're out and stuff like that. Just because, I don't know, people are gonna, people don't like it when you do that sort of thing. Like other people in the community be like, hey, what are you doing? Like you don't want to be plagiarizing. So I would recommend you copy the classics. Now, if you're practicing art style, like, hey, go ahead. But I always recommend like it's okay to take inspiration from something, you know? But just make sure that you're not making this awesome game. Like, oh, I made this awesome game for practice, and then you sell it. Yo, I've had that wishlisted from day one. Yeah, Rye, you truly are a super fan. I seriously appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. You've been along with the Fear group for a long time, dude. Like back in the Fantasy World days. Like that was 2015 or 16, I think. Get the OG here, man. Look at that. Oh yeah. If you guys are wondering why I'm making a bush, it's because it's gonna be background art. You never know what we're gonna make in these streams. Like we start out doing one thing and then we always end up doing something else. That might be a little too much detail, and I need to push it back a little bit more. Let's make it kind of weird. Let's make it kind of bluish. Okay, maybe not that bluish. Let's make it a little greenish. Okay. Cool. Oh, long teeth are... It's close. Here. I'm going to zoom up here so you guys can get a good look at it. Long teeth. Man. I don't know. I'm feeling that nose. Exotic says, Dewdrop will be a day one buy for me. Thank you so much, dude. I seriously appreciate it. It's so awesome to see all the love and support for this game, and that you guys are the reason why I haven't given up on it. So, yes, Nesrox, it's so true. Wishlists really make, like, without wishlists, it'd be hard to sell games. So even if someone doesn't buy it, it's like one of the best things you can do. PJB Gamer, you've already wishlisted it. Thank you so much. Titanium Rat, I love that name. Thank you so much for the wish list. Albeast, you said you can't wish list it right now, but promise you will later. Hey man, no pressure, but thank you so much. Devlog tips, please. This is the 5th time asking. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your patience, dude. That's from Gucci. Do you mean devlogs like for making videos? Because devlog tips, if you're making videos, I highly recommend that you focus on creating something new. Like everyone likes to do the same sorts of videos, but then they kind of get old. So try to do something unique with your videos and really spend a lot of time editing. Like I spend at least 10, 15 hours editing. And Crepe also helps with editing too. Sometimes he'll spend 20 hours on one Goodgis video. So it's a lot of editing, but it's seriously worth it. So I highly recommend that. Okay, we're going to end it right here. Nose drip it is. By end it, I mean the poll, not the stream. Okay, I need more dino ideas. Does it say Megalovania in the title? No, it says Metroidvania. Okay. Whoa. So many. What the heck? This is so weird. Like, literally, it just acts like there's no new questions. And then it's like, no new comments. And then it's like, boom. And I get like 100. Hey, Goodgis, any tips on how to draw like Dewdrop? It's really simple. The rules are only use one color, no shading. And then you can't put a color next to a color. There always has to be black separating it. And I'm using the EGA palette, and that's it. Keep it small. Mike says, hey Goodgis, what is up? I'm still in the Fantasy World Discord. Wow. You heard it in someone else's devlog? Yeah, this music is just, I think it's Luke Robo or Rembo or something. It's in the description. It's really awesome. Though eventually I would like to have my own music. I think using the same music as other people, I don't know, for me, maybe this is weird, but I feel like it kind of cheapens the experience of my videos and stuff. So, Andrew, I have 2 Steam accounts and Wishlist on all accounts. Andrew, you're the man. Thank you so much. What engine are you using? I am using Godot. Godot, you know. I think I'm gonna make like a palm tree. Palm trees underground? Heck yeah. It's my type of game. Oh gosh, that's not... Whoa, too much curve. See, this is what you guys came here for, to watch me make palm trees. Underground palm trees. Taking inspiration is taking concepts. Plagiarizing is taking ideas. At least that's how I look at it. Yeah, and another thing is plagiarize is taking one idea. You know, like if I made a bug Metroidvania and I just copied Hollow Knight, like, oh, I'm gonna have abilities, everything that Hollow Knight has, that would be plagiarism. But because I'm inspired by Cave Story and by Paper Mario and by Metroid and so many different games, you're not just copying one game. And whenever I feel like I do get a little too close to one game, I remove it, because you don't want to steal. Like, people are just like, you may think like you can get away with it, but you'll just destroy your credibility. People be like, they won't want to watch you or play your game. I love the nose. Thanks. You start as a normal kid eating breakfast and end as a bunny bear rabbit thing, as a cooking learning kid, and you're trying to fly. What is it? What? Never mind. I see the Godot. They're hashtagged. Goodgis, I want you to do this 2020 game jam, and this game jam allows you to teleport your games to ports like consoles that haven't been released yet, like DS or PS Vita. It'd be cool to port a game. I think it'd be hard to port. It'd be hard to port this onto that. But if I made a game in C++, I could easily do that. Goodgis, make big teeth and drip, so both will be seen. Yeah, maybe I can do another variation. Have it be like the weird cousin to this guy. These guys are gonna be like, huh. Big teeth. What color? We don't have a red dinosaur yet, but I'm trying to keep them all cool tones. So let's do like we'll do another cyan one. But let's actually use the proper cyan. We're not making up colors here. Add 2 more leaves and it's a pot plant. No, I don't want it that. Whoa, I saw. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna read some questions here. I always feel bad. Like just leaving it on this blank screen, but all right, here we go. Deep question. Is this your dream? How do you know? What do you mean? Is this game my dream, or am I dreaming right now? This isn't Inception, you know? The Pyxel Show said, I can't wait to wishlist it when I have the time. It's such a good project. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. I actually saw a video by Mrs. Talking about making good devlogs. Yeah, that's a great video. Is Godot the best engine for making games? I'm new and I wishlisted your game. You're the reason I want to make games. Thank you so much, ASMR Central. There's this big debate about game engines, and really, you can make great games with any game engine to some extent. Like, some do have limitations, of course, but I personally just like Godot the most, and it's open source. So, nose drip. Let's go. How much does it cost? I want to buy it day one, but I don't have a job. It's gonna be $8, but I don't know if I'll put it on sale day one. ASMR Central, there's no one. Yes. Yep, Lonely Float, you're absolutely right. Spitting dinosaur. Oh, I like that. Spitting dinosaur, yes. Who said that? Hold on. Triorvis, great idea. Making sure I'm giving him credit. We're gonna give him like a birdo mouth. Looks like a gas mask. I like the term search action more for the genre. Well, okay. Search action. No, it kind of is. Technically, it's more action adventure. Because that's what good old Zelda is. And all these games are just Zelda. It's just exploration, and the combat is just to make it feel threatening. And the, then you have dungeons and puzzles. Crow X Dinosaur. Chameleon dinosaur that's invisible and gets visible when you get close. Whoa, that'd be sweet. Can't find your game on Steam. Interesting. Oh, Kiwi, thanks for sharing it. Johnny said, Wishlist, good sir. Always happy to support other indie devs, especially ones I've learned things from. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. Let's make them blue. Ow! That just burned my eyes. We're gonna make some more spooky eyes here because this guy's gonna be an enemy. Ever seen a dinosaur spit like a menace? Okay. Got Sonic Adventures music in my mind. Okay. Awesome game designs. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. Your age and wait, what? Oh, what age did I start game dev? When I was 13. I was a wee lad. This guy's gonna have an even smaller arm, I think. This one's like a minor variation on the other guys. But I think I'm gonna give him like a curlier tail. Kiwi said it's a manky tail. It's a monkey. Tell you are a human or short weird person deep. Wait, what? Do what makes you happy. No regrets. True. I mean, your live stream. Oh! Yeah, I mean, like, working on games like these, it kind of is my dream. My dream is to just have the freedom to create stuff, you know? Wow, Kiwi, you're totally right. It's just a monkey with a pipe for a mouth. Yeah, like my dream is I just love creating games and I love creating experiences and to be able to share them with you guys and to have people enjoy them is just like a dream come true. So I'm always like, oh gosh, sorry. I'm trying to answer your question, but I'm too disturbed by what I just created here. What is this? This abomination. Oh, okay, let's. Oh. Okay. I think I saved us. I think the eyes are just wigging me out a little. Will there be gnomes in the game? I don't know. I haven't really planned on it. But it would definitely be interesting. Maybe there will be. I don't know. That's a great question. Oh, there we go. That's an angry boy. Bro, is this the real Goodgis? I have no idea. Have you ever considered quitting pixel art? No. Are we seeing my text because the spam is real? Your game kind of looks like Super Mario Bros. 2 if it were an Atari game that made for GBA. It kind of is. tomorrow I have my English exam, so I can go to university quicker. Wish me luck. Hey, that's awesome. Egglet, wish you the best of luck. Exams are no fun, but you'll do great. Oh, is Dewdrop Dynasty your dream game? It's one of them. I don't know if it's... My dream game would probably be like a creature raiser game. But I don't know. Like, does that mean I don't enjoy working on the game? No. Like, it's been a lot of fun working on Dewdrop. Someone said it well that, like, I don't know who it is, so I can't give credit to them, but just know it wasn't me that said this, but like, it's kind of impossible to make your dream game. I don't fully believe that, but because it's never good enough. There's always that expectancy to make something even better. So I think it's just better to make games that are realistic or possible. But I think this is a fun game that I enjoy working on. And my goal, I guess, is to create a game that feels unique. Like, I'm so worried that this game is just going to become like another drip in the pot of Metroidvania games, where it's just kind of like, oh, it's just another generic Metroidvania. Like, I want it to stand out. That's my biggest thing. So if I can do that, then I'll be happy. Paint a human, like the one you just... I'm just like one will be awesome. There won't be any humans in the game. Or are you just saying paint a human in general? I didn't ask you. I'm asking the real Goodgis if he's real or not. Yes, I am real. I am human. Hello. Yo, I was almost giving up from game development until I found one of your vids and my recommendation. Truly an inspiration. Thank you so much, dude. That's really, that means a lot. You guys inspire me all the time. Honestly, like, there's days I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? And then you guys just tag along and like, hey, how's the game coming along? And I just have to, I get back to work immediately. Oh, this guy's spooky. I'm gonna call him Fred because I'm scared. He's got like a rat tail. An Earth Digger dinosaur, you might as well add a Camellia dino. This should be very visible, and the dino will attack around you, not you, and make a sand pillar. That'd be interesting. I like the idea. Now Godot is a thing. Godot's always a thing. Hey Goodgis, do you use a CGA palette, right? I think EGA. Hold on, colors. I literally use like the palette inside of here. EGA 16 is what it's called. Can't wait to play your game. Thanks so much, Ghostbit Studios. I appreciate it. Titanium Rat says, do you code with GDScript or the Visual Script coding? I do not use Godot's visual scripting. It's not that great. I code like a real boy. Oh, I'm gonna make a little... Oh gosh, here we go. I'm gonna say it wrong, and Kiwi's gonna correct me. Pterodactyl? Did I say it? Yes, because I always say pterodactyl. Pterodactyl is not a word. I'm gonna make a pterodactyl. This is gonna be tricky though. Are you and Reese homies? Yes. Yeah, Reese is probably like the closest game dev friend I have. Like out of all the game dev group, like I love Bargy, I love Polymars, and I love chatting with those guys, but I probably talk to Reese the most. Like, Reese I probably talk to... There was a time we used to talk once or twice a week. Obviously, we're a little bit busier now. He's got stuff going on, and so do I. We don't talk as much, But I always love chatting with Reese. He's a great guy. Sussy Dino. The Sussy Dino, super sus. Everyone vote Degat Dino. How do you make them fly? Hey Goodgis, I know you probably get this question a lot, but what's the best way to learn coding? The best way is to take a course. Like, I would learn Python because it is one of the easiest ones to pick up at first. Just start learning Python. There's you can watch like those like 1 hour like Python courses or W3 School or something, or get a phone app and just start learning it. And here's one thing I want you to understand. It probably won't make sense at first. Like, you'll probably take the course and be left with more questions than you have answers. And that's okay. Like, I want you to understand, like, if you're confused, that's perfectly normal. And so you shouldn't like be frustrated if that's the case. And then once you do that, find a game engine that you want to do. And like, if you do Python, then you can use Godot. So then I would start watching videos on Godot and how the engine works. And here's the thing, like, a lot of times when you learn things, your brain picks them up subconsciously. So you may not be consciously thinking about like, oh, I gained this new skill, but your brain will have that new skill, and it'll be way easier for you to actually like, I guess what I'm saying is your brain retains more than you think it does, and then you'll just start coding one day and you'll be like, whoa, I know what I'm doing. But that's the best way. Kind of view your game engine and your coding separately, and just find like a good tutorial series. And there's so many. Like, I know people asking me to do one, and I'm thinking about doing it in the future. But also know that there's just so many great tutorials out there already that don't be waiting around for me to do it to find one. Forbidden Bat. Yes. The secret bat. I think we'll do it like that. Is that correct? Is that what I want? Why do I keep doing that? I sound like a motor. I went in on your game dev friend group. Yeah, it's weird. When I first met all those guys, it was very surreal talking with them. Another person I really love chatting with is Andrew, who's made Tadpole Tales. I love Andrew. That guy, he's just like the nicest guy. Would love to chat with him again. But the thing about those guys is the only difference from people not on YouTube is they just have a YouTube channel. Like, I bet you there's people in our Discord that are better game devs than us. And that's like the funny thing. That's what Reese and I talk about a lot. Like, people look at us and they're like, man, like, how do you do all this stuff? And really, we're just learning all this stuff ourselves. So it's always very humbling when people are like, come to us for advice, because like I said, there's a lot more qualified people out there to be given advice. But okay, this is a weird little bat guy, but I like him. Okay, let's see. I had major Wi-Fi issues, but I'm back. But no, you said, but I'm back, baby. Hey Goodgis, are you Milk Gang? I'm lactose intolerant, so what's that mean? I know you're asking about Danny. I like Danny. I think Danny's videos are funny. He definitely, it's kind of like a staple. You know, Danny's like one of the OGs. Actually, I'm trying to think who one of the OGs is. Probably Jonas. Honestly, Jonas Tyroller is like one of the YouTubers I watch the most. I love how down to earth he is, and just like, he doesn't get, he's just really transparent about his life and his the struggles, and he doesn't try to be like super charming or anything. He's just like a dude just making games, and I really appreciate the authenticity of that. So I really like this bat design. That's cool. Okay, which app are you am I using? I'm using Pyxel Edit. Now, people ask me why I use Pyxel Edit and I'm not using Sprite. The only real difference is I'm just comfortable with Pyxel Edit. Like, Sprite's great, it has a lot of great tools, but to be honest, like, everyone, this is like, I realize I've kind of been part of this too, but like, everyone debates about software and what they should use, and just because everyone uses Sprite doesn't mean you have to use it, and just because people use Pyxel Edit doesn't mean you have to use it. You just find an app that's you're comfortable with, and you can get work done, and that's all you need. Like, you don't really need to do anything. You don't need to get some special software. They all work perfectly fine. So I like Pyxel Edit, so I use Pyxel Edit. I bought Sprite, I've used it before, and it just kind of boggles my mind how to use it. And I felt like I spent way more time trying to just figure out the tool than I did actually making games. So I think Conopon I used Sprite to work on, but it's also really annoying because some of the shortcuts on Sprite are like the opposite for Pyxel Edit. Like, I'm pretty sure right click and Pyxel Edit just lets me select a new color, which is amazing, but it's like control click something on Sprite, and I'm sure you could change hotkeys. I'm sure there's a lot of things you could do to make it all spicy and good, but it's kind of like the thing, like, why do you need to buy the latest greatest car if you have a nice car that works, you know? Are you buying it because it's gonna actually help you, or are you just buying it because everyone else is doing it? You know, so that's my viewpoint. Guys, we came up with a lot of cool concepts. Like, I just want like a t-shirt of this guy right here. Like, I'll also embroider a t-shirt with these guys on it. A white t-shirt. Hey Goodgis, can I post a pic in chat? I don't think links work in chat. So if you have like artwork or stuff you like to share, you can join our Discord and post it there. That's fine. Kiwi pointed out a good thing, like having this right here is kind of breaking the style. Sometimes I do that. I mean, I guess I could get rid of it. Sometimes I do it just to define a shape, to make it a little bit more pointed. And you won't really see it, but technically that is kind of breaking the style. So for the sake of being a good example, I won't break it. Okay. So, oh, I made everything in my reference layer instead of my artwork layer. Whoopsies. Okay, so let's see, any more questions? Hey Goodgis, what do you think about Vilmark's high pixel art? What do you mean by his high pixel art? Adding outlines to the characters really made them come to life. Yeah, like here they look cool, but like I'm telling you, like I could see this guy in a t-shirt or something, like embroidery. I just love the colors. Petition for Goodgis to share how Dewdrop's map loading works. It's pretty easy. Maybe I could do a tutorial on it sometime. I just need time to do it. Why do you outline these black even though they're on a black background in the game? So the reason being is you have, it's this right here, okay? So I just told you how the you can't have any colors touching, adjacent. You can't have like pink. If there's a blue pixel here and pink were touching, that would break the style. So in the background, when I have a character, I don't want him, see how his feet are adjacent there? That's fine because he'll never be jumping. But now when I put a guy in front of a tile, you see that there's a black outline separating the colors. So it's just purely for that reason. That's a great question. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because we're coming up on the hour, I am just we're gonna wrap up the pixel art, and I'm just gonna answer questions because there's so many of your fantastic questions that I missed. So we're just gonna take some time to answer some questions, and purely focus on questions, and then I'll leave you guys to it. So any other last thoughts? Any other last things? Critiques? Criticisms? That's the same thing. What do I say? Critiques, criticisms? Here's your last few seconds to look at this beautiful artwork, and then we're gonna answer some questions. We're gonna switch over to Q&A time. If you're new to the stream, I like to do this at end of every live stream just to take time just to chat with you guys. I'm so sad that my camera is not working properly because I wish you could see my face. I could see yours, but all right. Now we're moving over to break time, or not break time, but I'm gonna answer any of your questions right now. So fire away. I'm only gonna be reading chat. And if you're just joining and you want to see what we worked on, just make sure to go check out the stream afterwards. And before I answer questions, real quick, there will be a new Dewdrop devlog coming out Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be my new day for posting videos. There will always be a video or a live stream on Wednesday from now on. So if you're curious about new Goodgis stuff, just check out on Wednesday. So I'm going to go back a little bit. And then I'm gonna do a speed round. Are you ready? How do you overcome art block? Best way to overcome art block is to finish something you're already working on. So if there's already a project where you have some tasks unfinished, getting those out of the way will help make it so you're less distracted. And then you just have to make something, even if it's terrible. Great question though, by Hero Animated. I tried making a spread of my character in the style of Dewdrop Dynasty. Want to see? Yeah. Send it over. You can put it on the fan art or share your artwork on the Discord channel. That'd be awesome. The purple dino looks a lot like Ridley from the original Metroid. It kind of does. I kind of like it. It's like a little homage back to Metroid. I think the Blackthorn, Prod, and Jonas are some of the OGs. Well, besides with Brackeys, of course. Brackeys was less of a game dev and more of a tutorial guy, educator. But I get what you're saying, and I totally agree. Hey Goodgis, what if you made an art book for Dewdrop? That would be sweet. So I know how to lay out books. We would have to I don't know. We'd have to do a Kickstarter or something to back that. I don't know. Part of me was thinking should I do a Kickstarter to raise more money for it so we could get ports and stuff? I don't know. We'll see. What program are you using for Pixel art? Pyxel Edit. That's Pyxel. It's a link in the description. Hey Goodgis, do you use a pen or a mouse? I use a mouse all the way. How do you make music for games if you have to? So I've been making all the music for Dewdrop. If you want to know how I'm making it, stay tuned for the next the devlog, not the one coming out this week, but there'll be a video on it soon. Goodgis making YouTube short game dev tutorials 100%. That's what I've been thinking about. I just need to sit down and do it, but I would love to. Your character sprites look pretty good, or pretty rad. Goodgis, great designs. Thank you so much, J. Alexandra Douglas. I always say your full name. Petition for Goodgis to make tutorial series for the entirety of the game. That would be... I don't know if I would do that. Oh, Vanmark uses... Oh yeah, Vanmark's resolutions are pretty crazy. I think it's part of his style. If it works for him, then by all means, go for it. I like cutesy, smaller things, so... Okay. Does Godot have roll tiles? I'm not sure what you mean by that. That butterfly character on the left was like a bat thing. Pterodactyl bat thing. Hey Goodgis, how do you manage to make videos regularly while working on it in your game? It's tough. I'm going to tell you that. It's hard. And also, I do have an editor that helps me. My brother Crepe is a fantastic editor, and he'll edit some videos. I edit videos. I wonder if you can figure out who edits the videos. That should be a poll. Who did which video? But he's a huge help. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot to manage, and I reply to every single YouTube comment, and it's a lot of work. I highly recommend just focusing on your game if you're trying to make one. Do you have any good ways of making multiplayer games? Reading your manual. That's the best way to do it. Use like Godot, you can do it pretty easily. You just have to read your manual. Does Crepe ever gift you the candles he makes? No, sadly no. Will Giants grottos have fossils? Yeah, probably. It's Wednesday, my dude. It has a new meaning for us now. Who's that a quote from? Okay, my son looks like... my son liked the pterodactyl lizard when it had its mouth open like a pea shooter. Plants vs. Zombie. Yeah, it kind of did look like that. I'm not in your Discord. Can I post a link? The image here. PJB Gamer links don't get approved on here. They get blocked. One day I shall make a YouTube game dev channel as well. Fairly close to finishing my game, so definitely need a way to spread the word. Yeah, it really is a great way. And I highly recommend doing devlogs. Make a couple episodes of your game. Like, even if it's finished, like, just go back and tell the story. It's really cool. Do you have any plans or have done a video on how to program settings for menus or such things, such as changing key bindings that allow players to adjust refresh rate? I actually haven't messed around with that a whole lot myself. So I'll keep you posted, and then maybe I'll do a video on it. Let's see. How do you do animations? 1 frame at a time. Yeah, it's just trial and error. Look at reference. I always look at reference when I'm doing animations, and like most of the stuff, it just takes practice. Start animating for your games and looking at what other people do. Learn about some terms you should look up are like smear frames, squash and stretch, and tweening. I think a Kickstarter would be good. Like, do you guys think so? Like, because I've been on the fence about doing a Dewdrop Kickstarter, but like, I don't know. Like, I think it would help because if we did a Kickstarter, I could actually finish the game faster because I could actually hire some people to help work on the project to speed it up. We could actually do an official port if we raise enough money for like the Switch. You know, like, and then even fulfillment's really easy. So I'm thinking about it, but I also know video game Kickstarters are difficult to do. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. But I don't know. You guys let me know. Dude, which engine would you recommend for multiplayer? Probably Godot. Ori and the Will of the Wisp is a Hollow Knight clone. What do you think? No, I don't think it is. I think Ori and Will of the Wisp is more like Rayman Legends than it is. It's made by the same like artist. I think it's fantastic, and it really is like a lighter hearted Metroidvania game that has some cool platforming. But you're just saying like the art style is both hand drawn, so they're both Metroidvanias. But I don't think that's a fair comparison. They feel different enough. What game engine do you recommend for beginners? Scratch, just for learning. What are your thoughts on cheese? I only eat sharp cheddar. Like, I don't just eat normal cheddar. Always sharp cheddar. Mozzarella's okay. A nice provolone is good. I love Swiss with some roast beef on like a ciabatta bun. But that's my cheese. I don't know. It's my cheese thoughts. Did you try SVG? SVG, like the SVG art. So I that's what I do for a living. I make like vector art, but I haven't really used it for a video game before. So that'd be interesting. Egglet, how do you motivate yourself? I'm excited about making games. I think creating things is more exciting than anything else. So I just keep pushing through, and I have, I like to show off what I'm working on and get encouragement from people. So my family's very supportive, and I show them my stuff. My wife is very supportive. my friends, and that's how I got started. I just made stuff for them, and then eventually I started making stuff for more people, and that's just kind of, yeah. But I used to fight motivation of like, I just sat around and watched YouTube all day when I was like 14, and I did nothing, and I finally got just so fed up of not doing anything that I was like, I gotta make a name for myself. So okay, do you have a Discord account? I do. If you want to check out Discord, check it out in the description below. Important question. Dogs or cats? I have no pets, but I really want a cat. I want a ragdoll. If I had to get a dog, I would either get like an applehead chihuahua or a beagle. And if I had property and I really didn't care about having a big dog, I'd probably get like a golden retriever, because they're happy boys, you know? I saw one today and they're just so happy. But yeah, ragdolls, they're so sweet, they're so loving. I can't get one right now though, unfortunately, but someday. Okay, roll tiles are tiles that automatically stick to each other. You don't have to put the top part of the tiles manually. Oh, you're just talking about like auto tiling and stuff. Godot does have it, but I just don't want to make every single tile for it. I'm a little lazy. There's some stuff in the game I do use roll tiles for. Kickstarter. Hey Goodgis, how did you get so many subscribers? Like, I see people like you, recent polymers, who have thousands of subs, and then it's me who has like 9. I honestly not sure how the channel blew up so quickly. I will say I did have a lot of editing experience. Like I've been editing for years. I went to college and I took editing classes, and I think having really high quality editing and just having good commentary too, not getting too memey, and also I think my design background really helped me. And I also feel like I made videos at a time when the game dev thing just started blowing up. I'm sure you could still probably get into it now, but it's just every day that goes by it gets harder and harder. So that's my main thing is like I always imagined that I had 1 million people watching me, so I just tried to make quality that represented that. So, but it's definitely tricky. But if you want to do it, you just got to jump into it and don't try anything clickbaity. Don't try to do like clickbait is the worst. Like, don't have weird big expressions of like, oh, I died making my game or something like that. Like, just be honest and give good advice, you know, and encourage people. Okay, yeah, you should do it. I support the idea. Your voice is so soothing to hear. Well, hello there. Okay, that's creepy. Thank you. That was a terrible explanation. Who, me? I had a terrible explanation? Kickstarter? I heard the Switch port costs about $3,000. No, that's not. Well, they can. It can. There's a guy I want to work with, and I just tried to get a price, and he would not give me a price at all. And I was like, man, like, because you want to know how much money you need to set aside, but he wouldn't budge. So I tried to ask other people who worked with him, and they wouldn't tell me either. I'm like, what the heck? Why is everyone so secretive about pricing? Like, if it's 20 grand, I would pay 20 grand. I just need to know, you know? So, are you a skater? If so, what's the dopest skida blah blah Scooby-Doo trick you've ever pulled off? I never really did skateboarding that much, but I do longboard, and the craziest thing I've done longboarding, I accidentally went down a hill that was like a grade 11 steepness, which is crazy. And I had this website on my phone pulled up where you could check how steep a road was, because longboarding is all about just going downhill as fast as you can, kind of. And so the most I had ever gone was like 25 miles an hour on my longboard. And also I wore a helmet, guys. You gotta have, you know, keep your head safe. So I thought this hill was like a 6, and a 6 is pretty steep. Turns out it was 11, and I went down the hill. I was like, oh, it's not too bad. I kid you not. We later tracked it out of how fast we went. I went 50 miles an hour down this hill, and at the bottom of the hill was like construction. It was like a back road, but it was like all torn up. The road was torn up. I'm like, I'm about to wipe out, and thank God I didn't. I was safe and I navigated through the potholes, but I was like, after that I had such an adrenaline rush, and I'm not an adrenaline junkie, But my friend was riding right behind me, and we freaked out. We're like, wow! We feel like we literally just escaped the clutches of, I don't know, asphalt. But that's my craziest trick, is not falling off at 50 miles an hour. I joined your Discord and posted the pic. Okay, so I'll have to check that out in a second here. Run a Kickstarter. If it fails, then it doesn't harm anything. That's true. That's a great point. Kickstarters are a lot of work, but I think, I don't know. Well, I've been on the fence. Reese said it was a good idea, and I was like, do I do it? And I don't know. But I think it would be cool because it would allow me to port the game and do more stuff with it. So my son and I would like a Switch port. We'd support your Kickstarter. Also, the Keep crowdfunding seemed to go well. Yeah, the Keep. I think if we did do a Kickstarter, it would be after everyone gets their copies of the Keep, because I want to make sure it looks credible first. I want to have a good, successful Kickstarter before I jump into another one. But I think it would be. The great thing is, if I did a Kickstarter, I would have to finish the game. Maybe that's stressful, but at the same time, it would force me to to finish it. Oh, you're saying Ori isn't hand drawn? The animations are renders from 3D engines and imported as images. That makes sense. You should do a video on porting a game to consoles. I honestly don't know how to do it, so I can't make a video on it. What's your favorite game genre? Probably action adventure, like Sonic Adventures, and maybe RPG. Like, I love Paper Mario, Sonic Adventures, and Ocarina of Time. Like, those like top 3 games. Why are you posting a line? Oh, that's your name. Your name is so long. Wait, I have a wife. Yeah, Kiwi is my wife. I've been married for a couple years now. I'm a boomer. You're a boomer, Harry. Do you love cats? I do. I've never had a pet though. I've had a betta fish. His name was Jirachi. But I've never had a cat, and I want one. There's a really good vector art shader on Godot's shader website. Oh man, Godot's shader website is fantastic. Like, if you're ever looking for resources, check it out. But I'll have to check that out. Check it out, but I'll check it out. Udemy courses. I'm 14, just started game dev about 6 months ago. I hope I can be as good as you. Hey, Lenny, I'm sure you could be much better than me. Best of luck to you. You guys have already a great head start. It took me years to figure out this stuff because I didn't have internet. I was like, I was using a computer that had no internet, and I just was kind of learning stuff. I wasn't really learning stuff. I was just messing around with stuff. So it wasn't until the last couple of years I've really pushed to actually educating myself. So you guys already have a huge head start. So, what's a plot hound? I've never really heard of them. Have you ever played Fables? Isn't that like a Paper Mario game? Similar? I have not, but I think I know what you're talking about. How to buy a computer if you're a broke 12-year-old? Hey, I did. Well, I think I was like 14 when I bought a computer, maybe. No, maybe it was 15, but just I mowed lawns and I just sold stuff. I just was entrepreneurial, made some money, sold some stuff, so you could do it. Computers are cheaper than you think nowadays. Is there a release date for Dewdrop? I was hoping by the end of this year. We'll see how it all goes. If I do a Kickstarter, it might take a little bit longer, but that I'll also guarantee it'll be even better. I don't know. We'll see. I want to complete by the end of this year if I can. Goodgis, am I allowed to use / copy your Pyxel style for my game? I would just make it your own. If you're inspired by a style, that's fine, but just don't make it identical. There's been people I've made literally games identical to Dewdrop, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. They made a Metroidvania game in the same art style, and the characters look the same. I'm not the biggest fan of that because it's kind of like, it's at that point you're just copying. But if you want to mess around with that art style, by all means, do it. All right, let's see. Someone said I didn't get to their comment, but I can't see where their comment is, so great. Can I post any kind of art on Discord? Yeah, as long as it's clean. Does Goodgis watch anime? Not as much. I really like Metroid. Metroid. No, anime. I like Trigun. I like Rurouni Kenshi, Dragon Ball Z's classic, My Hero Academia, Mob Psycho. At least season 1. That's all I've seen of it. Naruto. But other than that, like, I don't really watch a whole lot of anime. So every once in a while I do. I get into a phase. Oh, I was watching Mobile Suit Wing recently, and I love that. Like, Mobile Suit Wing's great. How do you find motivation for a new game? You just gotta think about it, and you have to. Thomas Brush did a great video on like how to finish a game, and I think he explains it well. But really, sometimes you just have to like dig deep and realize that it's gonna be. Sometimes it's not always fun making a game. Rye bread is greater than 25. Rye bread is greater than boomer. Yes, you're the mega boomer. Are you vegan? I am not. No, I don't. I eat meat, but I eat in moderation. Like, I think I'm a firm believer that you really, me personally, I don't think diets are like. There's this mindset of eating a bunch of junk food, and then, 1 week you eat really well. You eat nothing but super healthy food, and then you go back to eating junk food. It just doesn't make sense. So my lifestyle is to just eat well, eat a lot of vegetables every day, fruits and vegetables, but also eat meat because you need protein. And if, at least for me, and then I'll have, some cake or some sugar every once in a while. But I just try to limit how much sugar I have. So basically I can have sugar whenever I want, but I just try to have it in moderation. It's a much better system than trying to diet. I believe I'm the resident old man here. Nah, you're young at heart, right? Goodgis is probably also the old one here. I know. I'm 25. I'm like everyone like talking with Reese. Like I didn't realize how young Bargy and Polymers were. I'm like, guys, I'm so much older than you. You gotta play Bug Fable sometimes. It's like Paper Mario 3, but with bugs. I've played it like 3 times so far. Sounds sweet. I would love to make a Paper Mario game, so I have to check it out. Okay, someone said something. Okay. Wait, being married makes you a boomer? Guess I'm a boomer. No, I think just being over like 23 makes you a boomer nowadays. No, I call myself more of a boomer just because of my mindset. I have like an older mindset. Are you an extreme sports guy? If not, then what other sports do you enjoy playing? I'm not a big extreme sports guy. I like playing basketball, but I'm not the best. Like, I remember in college I played, and I'm not the tallest guy in the world. I'm like average height. I'm not too crazy. I'm not too tall. Not too small. But everyone in my class was just super tall, and I was doing it for just for credit. I had to get like physical education credit in college, so I remember going for a 3-pointer. I'm like, I nailed it, and I go for the shot. I do this sweet like maneuver. I put the balls through my legs. I spin around, go to shoot it, and the guy is like 10 feet taller than me and just smacks the ball out of the air. I'm like, are you kidding? But I will say I did get points just doing layups. But basketball's fun. Soccer's fun. I think all right, I'm about to offend half the people on here. Soccer or European football, I think is incredibly boring to watch. I think it's fun to play. I think the only fun sport to watch is like basketball and maybe football. Baseball is really fun if you're there. A lot of games are just more fun if you're there in person. So, Goodgis, I live in a big city. Everything is so expensive. Yeah, it can be. That's why I like to be like in between. What software do you use to edit videos? I use Adobe Premiere, though sometimes we've used Kden Live, which is free. I wish Nintendo would port 1,000 Year Doors to the Switch. Yes, I wish they would stop making mediocre Paper Mario and like actually return to their RPG roots. Apparently Miyamoto hated like the first 2 Paper Mario games, which makes me so sad. Have you ever watched Super Mario Brothers Super Show? Unfortunately, yes. We're the Mario Brothers, plumbing the gang. Okay, yeah. What car do I drive? I drive a... I drive one that moves. All right, let's see. Jonas Tyrell has a great video on butt design. It's really useful for creativity in general. I'll have to check it out. I was actually just watching him this morning. It's so cool. I'm so happy for him with Islanders and everything that makes me so happy when you see someone in the community do really well. It's super inspiring. So, if you guys ever talk to him, let him know that he made Goodgis proud. I've been making everyone watch, so I'll ask you. Watch Nisekoi. It's pretty good. I'll have to check it out. I really don't watch that much anime anymore. But I'll have to check it out. As long as it's like somewhat clean. I like my squeaky clean anime. No fan service allowed. Are you going to finish Stone and Bone? I would like to. I don't know when though. We'll see. I will release it when the game is like server-wise is good enough that it can handle people. Because I don't want to make a game that just falling apart. Well, speak of the devil, Bargy, what is going on, my dude? Guys, Bargy's been doing insane recently. This man is like, he's a rising creator. I'm sure you guys have never heard of him before at all. I'm just kidding. Bargy, how you doing today, man? Have you played Deltarune Chapter 2? I have not. If you're in your 20s, you're young. End of. I'm 31. Right, even that's not that old. Like, honestly, like, a lot of people are scared about getting older, but I'm like, man, I can't wait. Like, when I'm 50, it's gonna be awesome. Like, I'm gonna have like salt and pepper hair. It's gonna be a good time. Kiwi's laughing at me. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be able to make like dad jokes and get away with it, and it'll be a good time. Boomers are persons that hate new technology. Yeah, that's why I say I'm more of a boomer when it comes to like, I'm a boomer because I'm anti-consumer. All right, I rhymed. There you go. If you'd like to hear about my boomer ways, I don't know. We'll have to have a boomer stream or something. If you're a boomer, then do you scream at people with colored hair? No, boomers don't really do that. Wow, my message is on screen. Yes, it is. So technically, Goodgis is not a boomer. No. I agree. It's incredibly boring to watch football. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, yeah. Soccer, football, whatever. We don't even have, like, teams in the U.S. I mean, we do, but, like, they're kind of like, oh, yeah, you're going to a soccer game? Goodgis equals goomer. Yeah, I'm a goomer. Still young. Okay. I love couples that help each other. I think it's cute. Yeah, who's this Bear G guy? No, I'm just kidding. Yo, it's the famous guy. Please don't watch Nisekoi. It's not good. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see. Watch Sunny Boy. I think it's clean with no fan service, at least up to now or whatever. So yeah, I'll have to check it out. My Rafflecopter goes. That's so old. Talk about boomer. Goodgis, is Godot like Python or is it a different coding language? It's basically Python. Slightly different, but basically Python. Who's Bargy? I'm doing good, man. You? Bargy, I'm doing great. 8-year-old me. Well, life is gonna end. I gotta make sure I secure my future. Hey, like, here's the thing. People look down. Society has a stigma against becoming older, and I think it's really dumb. I think that the older you get, for one, the more wisdom you have, the more life experience, and you, instead of being someone that instead of being a student, you kind of become a teacher. You know, you help mentor, you know, your kids or people around you, and you set a good example. And it's honestly an awesome cycle. I'm not saying don't rush to become a boomer. That's not what I'm saying, guys. Like, enjoy your Zoomer years. But eventually that Z will fall off and it'll be replaced with a B. And it's okay. Who's this Bargy guy? I've totally never heard of him. Yeah. Have a boomer stream. Hey, Floof. Did you get my message, Floof? Check your messages, Floof. If you haven't already. You probably have. Ketters something. All right. Gotta be going now. It was really fun, and we'll join the server and wishlist the game later. See ya, everyone. Hey, man, thanks so much for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. I like the fan art in the background. It's very detailed. There's even fog in the background. Yeah, that was actually, I commissioned that artwork by Reindeer. Super talented. Okay. Football's an interesting sport if you play it, but watching it, then yeah. Yeah, it's just like, there's like 1,000 people on each side of the team, and they're kicking the ball, and the camera's like a million miles away, and they're like, oh my gosh, he kicked it in the goal, oh! And then like the thing about soccer is like, a good game, it's considered a good game if no one scores any points until the end. Like that's terrible. Like in basketball, it's considered a good game if they have like over 100 points, you know? It's called old man wisdom, Goodgis. Yes. Question, do you work at a game studio or do you freelance? I work at neither. I work at a Fortune 50 company as a graphic designer. And then I own my own business that runs I own my own game studio. That's what I'm trying to say. If the webcam could work, we could see you both. Yes, I'll have to get a better webcam. Goodgis was a freelancer once. I was as a graphic designer. Boomer speedrun. Boomer, zoomer, goomer, moomer, foomer, yumer, doomer. That's the cycle. That's the cycle of what it should start zoomer, and then goomer, and then if you're a father, you're a foomer, and then when you're close to the end, you're a doomer. I did it. I sent a message back. Sweet. Reindeer is incredibly talented. Definitely, super duper talented. It's always a good day when Goodgis is streaming. Well, thanks so much, Neil. Neil. What are your thoughts about cheese? I think I already answered this. Hey, Goodgis, should I use Roblox Studio or Godot? Definitely Godot. Does 2 + 2 = 17? Depends on how tired you are. What I meant was more like being scared that I basically need to make next Avatar or Hollow Knight or Undertale or whatever before getting to 10 or my life will just flop. I think that's an unrealistic expectation. If you created, seriously, you would be, like most indie devs that have success are at least in their 20s, mid-20s, or 30s. Sometimes they're 40s. So if you're able to make the next game by you're 10 years old, like that would be incredible. Do not put that pressure. Just have fun with it. Yeah, Flip, I have an important question for you. I think we can all agree that Flappy's Jank Island is one of the most inspiring games of the 21st century. What was the first inspiration behind it? Yes, Flip, that was by Barrelman Dev64. You need to answer that, please. I'm a bit late, but what main node do you use for your player character? Kinematic body. Okay. Cat, don't use Roblox Studio if you're playing to make money with your game. Yeah. I'm not loaded. No. I wish I was loaded. What do you guys think about that Twitch leak the other day? You saw what everyone was making on Twitch? Critical Role's making like $9 million or something. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, if they're making good money and they're have a good product, good service, like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I know some people are like getting a little wigged out with how much people are making. The Logitech C920 is a good webcam, by the way. A bit pricey for my starving game dev self, but it's reliable. Travis, can you post that in the comments somewhere so I can check that out? I have a Logitech, but it has a USB-C port, and I don't have any USB-C ports on my computer. Oh, take that back. Kiwi got it. Floof, I dreamed of birds, so I wanted bird game. What Twitch leak? There was a data breach with Twitch recently. Everything's gonna data breach. Remember when Poe could wall jump? Good times. Who said he couldn't? Everyone's so angry that people actually give money on Twitch. Actually gets money. I know it. I think some of it didn't realize how much people were making. And there was like no transparency there. They're like, oh, the starving artist. And he's like, oh, the guy's a millionaire, you know? Especially when it had to do with like political stuff or like stuff that seemed like nonprofit. I don't know. I think it's silly. If you're giving money and supporting someone, you should know that they're making money. I will be fully transparent. I am not making that much money. What's scary though is like how that even happened. Cause like that, like the fact that they're data breaches are happening everywhere. It's scary. Like, it's been affecting, you know, my family where we have to change stuff and like people trying to get into banks and stuff. You get it. Like, it's scary that money or not money. The information is just being spread all over the place. It's great. Do you gain any power-ups akin to the Metroid power-ups in Dewdrop Dynasty? You do. They're variations. I'm trying to make them unique power-ups so that the game feels different. But yeah, I'm adding more power-ups in. One of them is the ability to crawl. Imagine using Twitch. Yeah. I think most people who had their income linked were already pretty transparent about it. Yeah. But also creators deserve to be paid. Yeah, I think like I don't think it's a that big of a deal. Yeah, and the same thing, like, it's like when people on Patreon, you can see how much money they're making. I honestly think that's smart, because when you don't know how much they're making, I think I'm pro transparency when you do stuff like this, but even if someone isn't, like, if they're providing a good service and you're paying for it, what's the difference? If Critical Role was on TV, making that money, no one would care, you know? Okay. All right. Any last questions? What time is it? I think we're going to wrap it up here. How long have you been developing the game? This version of Dewdrop, probably a year. I think. Yes. This version of Dewdrop. Oh, no, a year and a half. Okay, yeah. And the previous ones, it's been like a year. So, but this is going to be the final version. I'm not going to drop this one and make another version. This is going to be it. This is the big enchilada. So it's been a long time. But to be fair, I haven't been working on it like the past 2 weeks. I've been only working on it like consistently. And a couple months prior to that, I really wasn't. I was working on other projects in the Keep, so. Last question. Why did she leave? I feel like this is a setup for a punchline here. Are you looking forward to Godot Jam 2.0? Yeah, I think that's going to be exciting. I really wish I can like actually be in the jams. Shrugo says, hello, Goodgis. You live in Idaho. I'm on a week break just to farm potatoes. I don't work spuds, though. I'm just bored at home and watch your entire stream today. Wow. I've never been to Idaho. Is Goodgis Nordic elf or Celtic elf? Or he's a like Christmas elf? He is like, he's supposed to be like the elf on the shelf. How's the stream going? It is going well. Do you know Thomas Brush? I don't know him personally. I should reach out to him sometime. How many backups of Dewdrop do you have? I don't know, 10. Plus I Git as well. All right. Isn't all the same as hours being productive, but how many hours do you have on Godot? Like, I have like 400, but it's really more around 80. I get too distracted. I honestly don't know how many hours I have. Probably a lot. Probably a lot. How are you? I'm doing fine. All right, friends, I think that is it. Any last questions? Have you ever tried mountain biking? I have not. Sounds cool, though. I like hiking. Do a lot of, I'm trying to think of outdoor activities. Woodworking, but getting into carpentry stuff. I just want to build a workbench. I basically, it's like Minecraft IRL right now. I'm just like building stuff. Okay, so real quickly, one last time, new video coming out on Wednesday. And for now on, all videos will be posted and all streams will be on Wednesday. So every Wednesday, there'll be something new. So if you're curious when the new Goodgis video, unless something terrible happens and I can't post on a Wednesday, and I'll let you guys know, but there'll either be a video or stream every Wednesday from now on. And so stay tuned for that. We got a cool new Dewdrop devlog coming out. I still have Game Jam games to play. We still have egg games to work on. So there's a lot of exciting stuff in the future. If you're just tuning in and you haven't wishlisted Dewdrop, please make sure to do it. It really helps. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell them, be like, you need this game. You need this game. No, anyway, but that's pretty much it. I'm excited, guys. There's a lot of stuff I plan in the future. It makes me a little sad I haven't been as active on YouTube. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks since I posted a video or something like that. And I want to get back to it. But other than that, I don't really play Call of Duty. And how much? Oh, I'll answer this last question in order of transparency. How much money do you make from game dev and YouTube? Okay, so this is a great question. Real quick, I'll be transparent. So I probably make in a month. I probably make, depending if there's sponsored videos or not, and from game sales. Game sales, I don't really make a whole lot, but I probably make about $1,000 a month. But I probably only get like a third of that. Because I do pay people to, I pay Crepe to help edit, and I also pay other people to help work on games that you guys don't know are being developed, and I just use that money to invest back into the business. So it's not enough for me to live on right now, but it's a huge, every penny really helps, because it allows me to keep developing, and really, and even the Keep was a big boost, but it's not enough for me to go full time. So my goal is just to keep investing back in and see where it goes. So that's my last question. Goodgis out here being part of the 1%. No, unfortunately not. I'm not even close. So, but thank you guys so much for stopping by today. You guys get a little magic charm and a scream. You guys are awesome, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Do something fun. Enjoy the day. If you're cooped up and the weather's nice where you're at, go take a hike, chat with some friends, play some good games. But we'll be back soon next week with some more more videos, and if you want to see like more updates with Dewdrop or just what I'm doing in general, if you want to hear me rant, I don't really rant, but check out me on Twitter. But other than that, guys, as always, it's been my pleasure, and